Hey guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video I'll be doing my round review for round 13. Pretty disappointing round for me. 1933 team value of 20.66 million plus the 310 or so K that I had spare, and a round rank of 34,280, which is really bad, and an overall rank slide of almost over 1,100 odd. 1060 odd or something like that. So before we get into the video, remember to like and subscribe, turn the notification bell on so you know when I upload, and let's get into the video. So as you can see here, this is what I was talking about. 1933, 20.66 mil, 34.28 and 6736. So we go into the plays. Nick Dacos 101, just did the game review of him, and yeah, he did really well to get to the 101. I think he copped a little bit of attention, but still, 101 from him, getting a defender that's pretty much going 100 each week is really good, and just hoping he has that big bomb week of a 40 disposal, 10 mark type of game, but it doesn't look like he's getting that. He's not getting the marks anymore, which is a real disappointment, but I think he can come back pretty strong. Got the bye this week, then he's got Adelaide in Melbourne, which should be good, and then the Suns, I think he can really capitalise there. Bulldogs, he should be able to do well, as they won't tag. No one's really going to tag him, I don't think, anytime soon. And then you got Lockie Whitfield 90, again, did pretty well to get to 90, and I'm just wanting to get him out as soon as possible for another defender, because defenders are really bad at the moment. So hopefully I can get him up to the likes of a Jordan Dawson next round. I think I have enough, but I might need to sacrifice a little bit. I might need to bring Bont down to someone around that 900k range, which if we look at the midfielders, 899k, you've got Mitchell that I could bring him down to, but I don't really like it too much, so we're going to have to wait and see. I could bring him down to Kelly as well, could bring him down to Brad Crouch and use that, but we'll have to wait and see with that. But there's certainly options with that, or there isn't any forwards, are there, that I really like, are there? No, there's no forwards. The forwards was the round 15 issue, wasn't it? So there's no way I can get around that. Hayden Young 79, 89 average this year. Was another annoying pick, to be honest. Wish I'd gone Sinclair 30k more or something. Well, 30k more at the time was a 30-point better scorer, basically, which is just too much, too many points for the value difference. To be honest, we're looking for a 3 or 4 point difference, and we got a 30-point difference the wrong way. So yeah, just a bad pick. But I think it was a rush pick, to be honest with you. Will Day 98. Yeah, glad to get him out now as he's facing his bye, and he's done well, but he hasn't done extremely well. I mean, we wanted to see this 1-2-8 form that we got him in on. I'm pretty sure we got him in round 3 or we got him in round 4. But it was one of the two. We brought in Nick Dacos and Will Day around this same time, and fixed up our backline, but you know, he's been pretty disappointing post his suspension. 100, 85, 77, 86, 100, 70 and 98, so pretty disappointing. Wilmot's been actually pretty good, to be honest. 74, 42 bye week, and then 68, so he was a blessing in disguise just to have a good banker score. I mean, I don't think his score even counted because all of my 70s and 60s, but still a 68 from a rookie is still going to be well worth it. And also started his cash gen again. If we look at Wilmot here, we see 38 break even, pretty high, but also not gettable. I think he should still be able to get 38, but we'll have to wait and see if he gets that wing roll that really isn't good. Then you got Chesser here, 50. Glad to see him return, to be honest with you, and seems to be like he's got a good role change, to be honest. Second in CBAs for the Eagles. If we look at here, CBA attendance, we look at West Coast Eagles CBAs. It should be Kelly, then him this week, I think. Was it? Chesser 47%, the second best aside from Tim Kelly. They really tried to spread it out between Jimby Yo, Xavier O'Neill, is that true? And then you've got Shuey here at 24, so it is true. Shuey, Chesser, I like this new role, and I hope it continues, because I'm pretty sure he's a taller midfielder. That 186 centimeters, so that blacked out for me because I did something with my screen, but yeah, 186, so he's not the tallest midfielder, but he's still a guy that can get in there, and if he's getting that new role and he's getting 40% CBAs, he should be able to average 60 from here, and that should get him the cash gen that everyone really wants, especially because 52% of people still own him. It seems like he's going down, but I wouldn't be trading him with that new role and a good break even. I mean, the break even is, I'm guessing maybe, I swear I just saw him, Chesser here, 15 break even with his bye week. I'd be keeping him. He can easily hit 15 even if he's playing bad. Like if we look here and we look at his matches, he hit 27 even with the wing roll, so with the midfield role he should be able to hit 60. Then we had DMPs from Mullen and Stewart. Then we move on to the midfield and Merritt. Man, what a game that he had. It was an interesting game. Got tagged in the first quarter, came alive in the second and third, and then with a minute to go in the last quarter, he decides to do a dumping tackle and scare the living hell out of us for 24 hours before he got cleared on the Monday night, or the Monday night I think it was. So yeah, he got cleared, and glad for him to be cleared, as made me able to trade out of Mitchell, to be honest with you, and that's all that I needed. It would have been weird because I would have almost had too much cash if Merritt had been suspended, but luckily he's not. Brayshaw 100, I picked the wrong captain, basically that was it. Should have gone with Tim Taranto, but we'll be going with Tim Taranto pretty much the whole time now, because 129 is 123 average is too good to not have a VC or a captain on him. Then you've got Tom Green, disappointing game. He was on like 30 at half time, and that was just, yeah, one of those weeks where he just doesn't get the tackles and marks to prop up his performance. You have here 3. His next worst was a 3 when he scored the 81. Then the 90 had 8, and that seems to be his next worst. And he just didn't get the disposals as well. Like in the 2-1 game, he had 30. This game, he had 26. So, yeah, just not good enough from him. But he's certainly one that I'm looking at now in round 15 and thinking, can I actually trade him out? Because he might be the trade out instead of Bontempelli, get the likes of a Mitchell for him, as Mitchell is flying at the moment. Get Mitchell, get Darcy Cameron, and get Whitfield up to the likes of a Dawson, and I think that would be a good trades at the moment, I should say. Bontempelli 116, been going absolutely huge, and not trading him now. I was a couple weeks away from trading him, to be honest, and now he's got North Melbourne by Freo, Collingwood, Sydney, Essendon. He's got a good run, so yeah, we're looking good for him. Petrarca 103, another sort of disappointing game. Without Oliver, he's really struggling. He's got 116, 118, 103. Yeah, we just need him to get back to that 115 type form. He did miss 2 shots, which would have got him up to the 113. He had a holding the ball decision where I think he should have got the holding the ball rather than the push at the back, which was an 11-point swing. So there's just 21 points right there. That would have got him up to the 124 and would have really propelled him up towards that really good score, and probably cancel. There we go. Don't know if that ended it. Doesn't look like it's ended the recording. I almost started a stream, but I don't have a stream set up, so that was really weird. But yeah, Petrarca getting that 124 probably would have propelled me up probably up to 6,000 or so ranking-wise. Ashcroft 74, just got to keep on keeping on with him. He's got someone at the Swans, I believe, at the Gabba, then Marvel Stadium for St Kilda, but then he has 2 easy games here where he should be able to resurrect that price to around, I'm projecting him to be around that 710 or so K when I trade him out. And Wardlaw and Johnson pretty much can be brought together. Both absolutely did amazing, and actually were scores that I took in the end over the likes of an Ashcroft, English. I think my lowest 4 here, as you can see, were Chesser, Wilmot, Ashcroft, and English, actually. So, yeah, really happy to take those scores, and good cash gen, 57k out of Johnson. And we look at the break-evens here with Johnson. He's got a break-even of 3, so that's really good, especially if you can get another 90, as another 90 will get him up another 60 or so K, and get him up to 460. And then you've got Wardlaw as well here on 11. So I'm projecting him to maybe even get another 70 game, and that will get him up towards that 500k range and really propel that that price up as well, as he will be one that I think could easily hold if he scores another 95 or something like that. I could easily hold, but he was on track for a 130 or something like that with the way he started, and that would have been absolutely ridiculous because he was only 32% owned, so it would have really propelled me up. Sharp didn't play and is getting chucked this week in a upgrade from Mitchell, as I've effectively gotten a rookie up to a premium with just a couple of trades, which is really good. Then you got Atkins didn't play. Then you have Tim English, disappointing VC on him, and he went and did that under the 1 million price tag, and he'll probably bounce back with North Melbourne, but need to look into some of the data with it. But I'm not putting the VC on him. I'm just gonna probably put it on Taranto and Bont, to be honest with you, and see who plays first. You've got here, when do they both play? Bont will be the captain and Taranto will be the VC on the Saturday night, is the plan basically, and that's going to be pretty simple. Rowan Marshall 129, really good effort from him, 50 hit outs against the Swans. That's how bad Hickey seems to be in the ruck, and they had no, McLean was secondary ruck, so wouldn't be surprised if the Swans go for a third ruck in Buller, as well as he kicked like 5 goals for, so he might be a downgrade option, as it looked like he might have the actual job security that we want, compared to a Sheldrick who could struggle to get some more mid-time when they get Parker and Mills back, I think, this week. Ramsden didn't play. Then we move on to the forwards. Taranto 129, absolutely huge. 129, 130, 145, 120, 129, 117, 126 in the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 games, and you got a 130 here. A lower score of a 108 is ridiculous for a year. And he will definitely be pick status by the end. Then you got Goulden 83, just a disappointing performance. Glad that I didn't VC him. 7 tackles, 4 free kicks, 4-2 against, only 1 mark. His real good games are when he has those big marking games, 6-5, 6-13, but he got the tackles, so he's playing Brisbane. I don't expect him to have the best game. It's against Brisbane, but then he has a good run here where he has 4 gettable games, to be honest with you. Then we move on to Dunkley 145, absolutely huge. Should have put the captaincy on him instead of Brayshaw, absolutely huge against the Eagles. I wish I'd looked into Tim English against Lysette and realised that it wasn't a good thing, because I would have VC'd Dunkley, but I missed out on that. I just need to be more simpler with my VCs, to be honest with you. Rosie 106, pretty good score from him, and he's going to remain on my team pretty much the whole year now because of it. Harry Sheasel, 92, yeah, pretty good game, but he will be out next week for Darcy Cameron. I'm just hoping Harry Sheasel, what's his break even? It's going to be big, isn't it? Sheasel 106, so if you can go 106 and hold that price, then hold that price around that 750k range. That's only going to be a 60k, it's going to be 60k again out of him down to Darcy Cameron, and that will gain me 85k of the way towards Dawson, which means I need 40k from Tom Green basically, which will be Tom Mitchell should be able to cover that, but we'll have to wait and see. I'm not going to be like I'm locked into those trades because something else could pop up, etc. in that time. Then you got Dunkley, Keys, I should say just Keys, 99 from him, absolutely huge, goes into his bye week, pretty good, and yeah, good pickup, and it looks like he's getting that increase mid-time if we look at the CBAs, and we go to Adelaide, 2023, I'm guessing it's 60-65%. 55%, a little bit of a decrease by Rory Sloan, and a little bit of increase by Thilthorpe. That's because of Riley O'Brien. Saligo got a little bit more, so not too worried, because I think he will be, I do think it will be a Rory, Laird, Dawson, Keys main 3. I just think they were trying stuff against West Coast because that game was dead, to be honest, in the water. So I think if you look at probably the first quarter or so, it was more Keys, but then he started to play forward, etc. as he tried to bag some goals, to be honest, as everyone did against West Coast, as they're just shocking this year. He kicked 1 in the end. Wish he had kicked 2 or 3, as that would have really helped. But anyway, moving on. Mitchell, 64, did really well, and yeah, just looked good. And yeah, that's now will be a trade out as he's done his job basically. And then you got Noah Long, 11, stopped all cash gen with that, actually went backwards and is now struggling, I think, with his break even of, I'm guessing, 40 or something. Noah Long, 35 break, no, not the right one. Noah Long, 56 break even, he's not going to hit that, so that's really annoying that he got 11. If he'd just gotten a 30 or something like that, his break even would have been around that 25 or so 30 range, and it would have been a lot more gettable, but so be it. I think he could hit it, but it'd be very, very rare. So I'm just going to hope in round 15, I'm not going to need him, but hopefully he goes big in round 15. I'm pretty sure he's on one of the last games, to be honest with you. If we look here, he is on the middle game against the Swans, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to that game, but we'll see how he does. He doesn't look... he looks like a guy that's just going to be that perennial sort of 60s, 70s career average for him, as he doesn't really have the midfield body, and he just looks pretty weak, to be honest with you. And then Orland didn't play, so that's basically the review there. Yeah, disappointing week, but hopefully this week will be better. And I'll just do a quick show of my trades for this week. You'll see Sinclair slotting in at that D2 spot. I'll just put Mullins at that D1 spot, even though he probably won't play. Then we'll put Wardlaw and Johnson. We'll put the captaincy on Blunt. And then we will put the VC on Taranto, because that's the smart thing to do, to be honest with you. And then you've got Keys down here already and Sheldrick in there. So those are my trades at the moment. And we'll just see how they go. So that's the video there. And I'll see you guys in the cash cows and trade targets, etc. and all those videos coming up in the next couple of days. See you then. Bye, guys. Goodbye.